Welcome to Visual Literacy, a series of YouTube videos based on the Visual Literacy Workbook for Graphic Design and Fine Art students by David Moyer and Brian Flynn, published by Oxford University Press. Chapter 11C, Symbolic Visual Content. Symbolic content transcends the forms of their expression. Symbols represent something beyond their appearance. They may augment formal and narrative content, giving it additional meaning and depth. Symbolic works may also function as signs of commercial enterprises, being readable in an instant, imparting in the memory of the viewer a particular business, brand, or sports team. A picture's form, be it representational or non-representational, may be a vehicle for symbolic content. An object's essence or function can provide a matrix for symbolic meaning. A hammer can symbolize the carpenter's craft or building construction. The stylization and abstraction of an object brackets its relationship from its environment, heightening its symbolic recognition and speeding its read time. Symbols employed in corporate branding benefit from such treatment. Layering symbols within a picture's perceptual hierarchy allows a form's symbolic content to gradually be made evident, rewarding extended viewing time. Symbols may be universal in their meaning and recognition to the viewer, such as the human skull signifying danger and death, or may be culturally conditioned. Black is the color of funeral attire in the West, the shade of mourning, while in India white clothing is appropriate for such occasions. A single visual form may convey a variety of symbolic meaning determined by a picture's contextual information, which is information regarding the image that is not part of its visual form. A picture's title may place symbolic elements within a specific narrative, further specifying its particular meaning. The same form placed within a different narrative may convey very different, even contradictory symbolic content to the viewer. The Approaching Thunderstorm by Martin Johnson Head depicts a man and his dog seated on a plank at the edge of an inlet in a golden sunlit foreground, facing an approaching thunderstorm in the background. The clouds and water are deep, black, impenetrable in their cool darkness. There is a clear, sharp division created between the midground and the background, where the darkness meets the light. Light is an illuminating presence, without which we cannot see. Darkness is an absence. The dense black clouds block the sun, casting the land into the absence of light. Head's juxtaposition of light and darkness suggests the opposition of forces that transcend nature. This painting, completed in 1859, when placed in its historical context, grows in the force of its symbolic content, as the shots fired at Fort Sumter in April of 1861 started the American Civil War. Edward Collier has laden his Vanitas still life with a jumbled pile of objects, each of which signify elements of a cultured, affluent life, their function defining their symbolic content. The engraved copperplate portrait, an emblem of worldly fame and notoriety, the books and writing quill, the pursuit of learning and commerce, the violin and recorder, music, the globe, worldliness, and travel, and on and so forth. Their state of disorder and somber atmosphere in which they now sit show them to be good things once enjoyed, but no longer available to those who enjoyed them. The human skull supporting the large open book in the lower right quadrant of the picture plane serves to remind the viewer that worldly goods are but temporary pleasures. David's painting of the Virgin with the Christ child and St. Joseph, and Michel's terracotta sculpture of Bacchus, Cupid, and a nymph, both feature bunches of grapes that are almost identical in their appearance, but express symbolic meanings that are the antithesis of one another. The significance of each symbolic element is determined by its contextual information, the specific narrative in which this symbolic element exists. The grapes in the hands of the Christ child represent a portent of the blood he will shed at the crucifixion as self-sacrifice for others. Bacchus holds the grapes of sensual pleasure and self-indulgence. Please join us as we continue to explore visual form and content in upcoming videos.